All right, you guys, I've made a couple of videos about the Chosen series already, and I just finished season 3 of The Chosen, and I am so torn with it. On the one hand, it's hands down, without a doubt, the best series that they've ever made about the Bible. They've put in time, money, the production value is there. They've made this a world-class series about the Bible. But with that being said, they have taken far too many liberties, in my opinion. And some of them are really bad. For instance, in season 3, there were a few things that really have grinded my gears. In one scene, they had John the Baptist's disciples come and question Jesus because John had his doubts that he was the Messiah. That is absolutely nowhere in Scripture. In fact, it says in Scripture that when John baptized Jesus, the heavens literally opened up and God was audibly heard. I seriously doubt John the Baptist ever questioned that Jesus was the Messiah. Then they took far too many liberties with Peter and his wife. First of all, she's never actually named in the Bible or any of the Apocrypha that I've seen. Which is fine, they gave her the name Eden. I get it, you're trying to make a character out of her. But they took it a little bit too far with her whole miscarriage scene and then Peter becoming bitter and angry with Jesus. I think they just took that way too far. They also seem to have no idea how to distinguish between what's in the Torah, God's laws, and the Talmud, or oral law, man-made laws that came out of Babylon. And because of their lack of knowledge on this, they are reinforcing bad habits that mainstream Christians already have and don't realize they have. They keep bringing up the 613 laws, and that's not actually a concept in Torah. That's a Talmudic, man-made concept. And in my Torah portions videos on TikTok and YouTube, I prove that there's not 613 commandments, at least not according to how the Talmudic rabbis determined it. Not to mention, there was a scene on the last episode where a man who was coming to rat on Jesus went to one of the rabbis that has had it out for him for the whole season. And he was like wearing a vest that had silk and cotton or something. And the rabbi lost it on him. He's like, "How dare you wear that? Take that off in here. You can't wear mixed fabrics." But the thing is, there's no law for mixed fabrics. It was only linen and wool. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the Masoretic text found in the Old Testament of most mainstream Bible translations like the KJV, ESV, NASB. It says, "You shall not wear wool and linen together." This is the Septuagint, which predates Christ by about 150 years. "You shall not wear wool and linen together." This is a photo of my Samaritan Torah, again, which predates Christ by over 100 years. "You shall not wear material of mixed wool and linen together." Only subpar Bible translations put mixed fabrics. In one of the previous seasons, they even had Matthew and some of the other disciples talking about how they snuck eating meat and dairy together. That's not a law in the Torah. That's a Talmudic, man-made thing not found in God's laws. You most certainly can eat meat and dairy together. Genesis 18:8 is proof of this. Abraham took cheese and milk and meat and ate it together with angels. Abraham most certainly knew the laws of God, and if he did know the laws of God and it was a law of God, he wouldn't have done this. So when the Chosen does things like this, they continue to reinforce bad doctrine and bad ideas when they can't differentiate between what the Torah and what the Talmudic laws are. Jesus and his disciples taught and constantly obeyed Torah law, the laws found in the Bible, Genesis to Deuteronomy. What Jesus always strived against was man-made Talmudic laws that added to God's laws in the Torah. And it's not good to give people a false expectation and a false idea of what it looks like to walk out the laws of God. Because make no mistake, we're still very much supposed to walk out the Torah to the best of our abilities. I'm very glad that The Chosen is getting people excited about the Bible and about learning about Jesus, but I think they're doing it in a really bad way. I understand that they're trying to fill in some of the gaps in the gospel, but they're doing it in ways that honestly turn a bad light on some of the stuff we need to know. In the first season, they even made it seem like Jesus was doubting himself when he was about to turn the water into wine. I guarantee you, the Son of God never doubted himself. They even had the disciples say that they felt like frauds for what they were preaching. These are just things not found in the text, and things that shouldn't have been added to this series about the gospel. Not to mention, they're filming the Gospels completely out of order. If you watch The Chosen, that's great. Just be aware that a lot of the stuff they're showing you isn't historically accurate or biblical.